Tom, thanks for joining us here. We're here in Singapore for the IUMI annual conference, and I know that the digitalisation of cargo documentation has been a key issue, and I know it's an initiative that you've been leading on behalf of IUMI. Could you give us a bit of an update on where that initiative, the progress on that initiative now, and also what the benefits will be to the cargo underwriters and their clients once it's delivered?
Sure, yeah. Well, first of all, the cargo insurance documents, which is a very important part of the trade documents, along with like bill of lading, commercial invoice, certificate of origin, it is still, well, it's basically still issued on paper or PDF. And that's where we're at now. And needless to say, it's very important for us to consider our future. Are we still going to do this? And we cannot ignore digitalization, of course. And if we look around our surrounding industries, let's say for the shipping industry, which is issuing the bill of lading, they are saying that there's an organization called the DCSA, the Digital Container Shipping Association. All the major shipping lines, they're the member of the DCSA. They're saying that by 2030, they will be issuing no paper. All the bills of ladings will be in digital format. And certificate of insurance moves along, gets transferred along with the bill of lading. The banks require on the letter of credits, they say that they need the certificate of insurance, they need the bill of lading, they need the commercial invoice. So if you think about one of these going into digital format, we have to really think about what we're doing right now. Okay. So actually, we are at that point, and also another thing that I need to mention is that like the United Nations, there's an organization called the UNCITRAL. They made a model law for transferring digital trade data. So instead of trade documents, they're showing the model law for legislating for each of these all the countries to legislate a law for the digital trade documents. And a lot of the countries, like Singapore is one of the leading countries that legislated the law for the trade, digital trade documents, the digital trade data, And like UK has already legislated. Japan is now on the way. We're pretty close to getting the law. So all these kind of, not just the digital, not just the industries, but like the United Nations, they're backing up for digital trade documents. So this kind of circumstance is surrounding us right now. And as I mentioned today, we're still on paper or PDF. But one thing that I really want to mention is within this 1.5 years, we've seen a significant progress. So what the progress was, to make it short, the very key point for the trade documents to become digital data is creating a standard. And without a standard, you cannot really become digital, because you have to, again, certificate of insurance is a document that flows internationally, is transferred and exchanged internationally. So if it's a digital data, you really need it to be on a certain standard. And what we did is we made last year, 2024, August, we submitted a draft standard to the United Nations CFACT. United Nations CFACT is another organization in United Nations, and they determine the digital standards for trade documents. So it was based on the Japanese standard, because at that point, when we discussed with IUMI, within IUMI, Japan was the only country that had the standard for the digital certificate of insurance. And what we did was we used that as a draft, or like a provisional draft, and it was submitted to the United Nations, and it was on a public review. And for the public review went on about 3 months, and we received quite a few comments and quite a few opinions from countries such as like Germany, UK, India, and other countries as well. And based on that, what I did was I edited the standard I adjusted the standard. I added some things and created the updated, revised version. And this year in 2025, at IUMI, we in May, we did another additional consultation round for looking at the standard, so that every country could be aware of what it is now, and we wanted to make sure everyone is comfortable. So we had about 3 months of another revising time, and I waited for some comments. And I received a lot of comments from countries again, and we just ended that reviewing period at end of August. And today, now it's beginning of September. So after I finish this meeting, I'm going to take a look at all these comments that I received from as additional comments, and hopefully I'm going to come up with a firm standard and submit that to the United Nations and create a standard. So with that standard, of course, we need an actual platform to do the exchanging, which we already see in some countries. And in today's technology, we can adapt those with like the APIs. So it's not just a plan that's just spoken as like a dream. It's really coming together now. And one final comment that I would like to mention is that, of course, it's going to be convenient for the cargo owners, the clients, the insurers, the brokers. That's going to be for sure. And the important thing is this was not be able to be done if IUMI was not here. IUMI was really the key factor that I went through. Since I used to be a member of the cargo committee, I asked all the cargo committee members, not just the cargo committee members, but all the member countries. And so it was a real teamwork of IUMI.